Hey guys, this is Hand of Justice here, back for some more Standard, and I wanted to take a look at the Selesnya Enchantments deck today, and see if I can use this for ladder. I decided to take a look at sort of the Standard build and then put in 4 copies of Fight Rigging, because I think it would be fun. And it just seems like it might be a card that might really take this deck to the next level, seeing as you have just huge creatures with cards like Michiko's Reign of Truth that just pumps any creature that you have. You've got Calyx, Guided by Fate, adding counters all the time. Generous Visitor, adding counters. And then Kami of Transience just growing for all the enchantments you have. Audacity pumping creatures. Weaver of Harmony pumping creatures. So I just figured that Fight Rigging might actually be a natural inclusion to this deck. If you haven't seen Selesnya Enchantments, I think there's a lot of just very sort of stock lists. And this is pretty much a stock list. With the exception of adding in Fight Rigging. So we're going to see how that does today. The mana base here, we've got 21 sources. We have 16 sources that produce green, and then 14 sources that produce white. So I did want to have enough basics here for the 4 copies of Ossification, which I think really are pretty necessary against all the sort of mono red nonsense, all the planeswalkers out there. So I decided to run with 5 basic plains, 6 basic forests, and then 1 copy of Bosaiju. I think that I'm not running Iganjo here, partially just because I want that extra basic, and I feel like it has less impact than Bosaiju, since they're, really often are either artifacts or enchantments or non-basics that you can deal with. So, could be wrong, but that's just how I'm going with it right now. 1 copy of Overgrown Farmland. I really want to make sure we're able to kind of hit the ground running and not have too many lands coming in tapped. So, and then we've got the full play set of Brushland and Razor Verge Thicket. So all that said, let's go ahead and hop into some games. I've been really liking it so far. Just run a couple games under my belt, but been having a lot of fun. For all, I guess everyone stopping by who has not seen my channel before, thank you so much for being here. If you do like my content, please consider subscribing, or dropping a comment or a like, or sharing it with a friend. And then for my returning viewers, thank you guys so much again for being here. I really do appreciate you. All right, let's see what we're up against. Yeah, great hand. We've got 2 land ready to go. This is a deck that I have sort of seen around for a long time. It's been in existence for quite some time, but I never had a chance to play it. And I kind of always wanted to, because it just seemed like such a powerful deck that can just really go over the top of most strategies. So I know that, especially as like a humans player for a long time, playing against this deck has been a nightmare if they have kind of crazy draws. And so I just want to sort of see it from the other side of the table here. Okay, looks like we are up against humans. I like getting down the Kami of Transience here to just start growing it and maybe get like a Calyx out or some Audacities, but yeah. I don't want to trade there with their veteran. I want to keep my visitor here. So we'll just pass. Some versions of this deck run like Catilda. I decided not to and decided to try the Fight Riggings instead. I think I shaved also one of the dogs, the enchantment dog that draws a card. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Oh, this is probably soldiers then, I guess, with our Dark Heart Wastes. So they probably have like Resolute Reinforcements here. So if we go Weaver of Harmony, we can make this thing, I think, a 4/4. If we throw out a couple Audacities, we can make it pretty huge too. So I think let's just do that. And then it's kind of my thought here to just throw the Audacities kind of on one target. If they have the Brutal Cathar, I don't want to spread around a lot of tokens here on the Visitor because this is going to keep generating value. So I think this is a big enough threat as it is, just as a 1/1. And maybe this is kind of too many eggs in one basket, but I really do like just kind of throwing in the Kami, because if they have, like, you know, get lost or something, it does come back. And we're representing just a ton of damage here. So they're going to need Brutal Cathara on 3. Yeah, Virtue of Loyalty is not going to do it. And the nice thing here is if we can get another land going and get Calyx down, we can go ahead and start just making even more nonsense. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can get Calyx going. Again, I just want to go ahead and put the tokens on the Kami here. Maybe it's sort of too much sort of all in one basket, but I think this really is going to be kind of the way. Now we can go ahead and make another Audacity, and then we can throw this here probably on our Visitor, because I think Calyx is worth more, so then we can maybe spread it around just a little bit. And now we can start pumping up our Visitor for another threat. Okay, fight rigging here is going to be a lot of fun. So now I think we want to start, again, just pumping up our Visitor. But yeah, really excited to see how these fight riggings... Okay, so I guess that's enough for a concession right there. Yeah, I don't know that I ever saw a Selesnya Enchantments deck with fight rigging, and I just think it's such a natural inclusion. Yeah, opening hand looks fine. No one drop, but that's okay. We only have the Visitor on one, so this is, I guess, a little bit of a slower type deck. But once it gets going, hopefully it has a lot of steam. Oh, you know what? I maybe should have played a plane so we could do ossification here. But I think we can just get Weaver down. But yeah, I think ossification there probably would have been a little bit better.
When I know, you're telling me what you know. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
So here we could set up with Calyx, but if they have removal, it's pretty awkward. We kind of want to, double spell next turn. We have a land to throw away, so I'm not worried about them going up with discard here. So I think it's probably just Calyx this turn. We are going to take a little bit of damage here, but I think that's okay.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Alright, so now we can use Ossification on their blocker. They might have more removal here. And then we can go... I'm trying to think if we want to go like Weaver of Harmony or Companion. I guess let's go Companion here, because that kind of gives us, just in case they have a way to keep their Liliana around. And then I guess let's start putting counters here on the Companion, since we want to kind of spread out our threats a little bit. Okay, so he did have to go for the throat, which is unfortunate.
I'm tired of your secrets.
So we could like discard Kami and then get it back if we block his Tenacious Underdog. I think that works, right? The beginning of each end step. It's kind of a little bit of a heads up play. But then they might just not attack either, so I think it's okay. So now we definitely need another Ossification to kind of get through this. Companion is not so great right now against Shieldred, but we do need to kind of draw our way out of this also. So I think we do want to do the Companion here. Otherwise we could go like Weaver, but that doesn't really get us a whole lot farther, and we want to be able to chump. Could leave our Brushland in hand. We don't really need it. In case we want to hang on to this beside you if they want to keep making us discard. Yeah, I think maybe let's just hold on to the Brushland for now.
Off you go.
So we could just sack our Kami here and then block with our Spirited Companion and get it back. And I kind of like that. But yeah, now we're down to 3. It's looking pretty grim. Even if we play out 2 creatures, I guess they can just underdog, send with both. We're forced to just chump. don't think there's a way out. I think this is just game. Yeah, still kind of just sort of navigating around how this deck works, but it has been fun for sure. I think I definitely should have maybe got the ossification down earlier, but then again against mono black, maybe you hold it longer. Because like shield rid is like serious issue. Okay, opening hand looks great. And I think we just want to get Jukai Naturalist going. Not sure what kind of deck we're up against. I guess they could have like Elspeth Smite, which would kind of suck, but could just be like humans. Yeah. So yeah, now we can Audacity plus Calyx, and that's going to be pretty busted. So let's Calyx first. We'll start building our Naturalist here. And that's going to do it. I guess that alone we got a concession. I will admit that Calyx is a pretty messed up card. Yeah, hand looks fun. We've got access to all of our mana and something to do on turn 2. So, I mean, this deck runs, let's see, they run Artifacts and Gleeful Demolition, so maybe we hold Beside You. But I don't want to, like, take extra damage off these brush lands, so I'm kind of also tempted to just play it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play it. Now I think we can go like Naturalist plus Ossification, and they still maybe push a little bit here, but I think that's okay. We can also start getting like Michiko's going, but I think having like double Naturalist feels pretty good. Yeah, you've got to watch out for the reinforcements and instant speed. That would have been a blowout if we tried to block. Yeah, so now Kami plus Ossification or like double... Actually, we probably just go double Reign of Truth here, and it's so dirty. that's just going to give us a concession there. So I feel like I still got to figure out like the control matchups here, or like, yeah, mono black for sure a little bit, but the aggro matchups seem to go pretty well. If we can get Calyx down, or there's just so much power in this deck. And I still want to see the fight rigging happen, so we've got it in this hand, so super excited. Okay, we'll just go ahead and drop Kami here and then get in. Wow, okay, I guess that's enough. Maybe they like kept a one lander or something like that. So I also wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be prepping for the upcoming qualifier plans this month. I ended up last month, I think I ended at like top 350 or so, but I didn't quite do top 250. I had some family stuff to kind of take care of, so I didn't have time to grind. But I do want to try out Explorer, and that's going to be the format here for the play-in this month. So I'd love to know kind of if you guys have like certain decks you're excited about. Does anyone play Explorer? Is that just like a totally not popular format? Let me know what you think. Don't really want to get Michiko's Reign sort of for no value. So I think I'm just going to hang on that. Maybe it's right to play it out. I'm not even sure. Okay, I guess let's start with Spirit Companion. See what they say to that. And I guess they could have Elspeth's Smite, so we should maybe play around a little bit. But I think we want to go like Reign of Truth after this, so we can maybe put the counter on the Companion to kind of spread out our threats a little bit. Or maybe it's just better to push face. Yeah, like I just don't know. If they're gonna wipe the board anyways, yeah, maybe we just push face here. We could also throw an Audacity on, but I think that's sort of the same issue. Let's just try to push more here with Michiko's. Okay, that's fine. Now we can make another Spirited Companion and feel pretty good. And now let's start, I guess, pumping one of these tokens. So I think we definitely want to get Audacity going, and then just, what else do we want to do? Probably expecting like the big time board wipe next turn. So we could also get Ossification going. Weaver might be nice. Could hold back for like the inevitable board wipe though. I guess if we do Weaver, it's like harder to block a little bit. We push a little bit more damage. Yeah, I think I'm okay just like this though. We can just send these two and then copy this other dog. And I think we want to just keep refilling our hand here. And then spreading out threats just a little bit. This is probably Sunfall right here. Okay, I guess if they don't have the Sunfall, what are they waiting on? Maybe Wandering Emperor? So now how much do we commit? I think we definitely put Audacity out and then maybe hang on to like Visitor plus Calyx. So I could see dropping Weaver here. Maybe like Weaver plus Audacity. You probably have Wandering Emperor here, I'm assuming. Or they're just digging. Yeah, okay, so they're just digging for the board wipe. Didn't see it, got the concession. That works. Alright, we'll definitely be doing more of this deck, so I'm not super worried we didn't get to see too many fight riggings, but we'll have more chances. Thanks, guys, for watching. Let's take a look at quickly at the stats. All right, so we are 75% win rate with this deck, and 9 wins and 3 losses. So far, kind of shaping up. We're about 67% against mono white aggro, about the same against blue white control, or possibly like Azorius soldiers. I'm not really sure the breakdown. 50-50 with mono black, 2-0 against mono red, and then I guess, yeah, colorless, whatever that is, and 100% against Boros. So really happy with this deck so far, and I think this does encompass a couple different versions. I decided to kind of do like a more basic version at the beginning, which did go 6-1, so you know, very happy with that. And then I think I just had like 1 fight rigging, and then I decided to go add 3 more fight rigging and just try it out. And I'm still excited to see how it plays out, so you'll have to check it out. But we will see you here in the next video. Again, thank you so much for your support, and if you like my stuff, consider subscribing.